offense, and I think it was big there that he didn't settle for the three. We know he's a three-point shooter and take it to the rack because the Lakers were on a scoring drought at that time. So to get that dunk, that goes to show you he's a heads-up type of player and he knows how to play the game.
And as Luka said to Mike Trudell, team win, now you come home for 4 in a row.
Yeah, I think for a team that we've all looked at from the outside looking in as a close, tight-knit team, you aren't 8-2 on the road or 7-2 going into this one on the road for nothing. There's something that is working, but I think these are opportunities that you show what you're capable of in different kind of situations. As you mentioned, it's one, and you get in, you get out. It's 34 degrees in Utah. It's a game in November. You could have easily laid down early on when you know exactly what I'm talking about, when Utah responded to the early start for the Lakers. I mean, down the stretches in the fourth, you look like things are going well. You're starting to pull away. Utah had 8 points until they finished winning the quarter with 25. So you get through those hurdles and those things that you look at the film when you have a time to sit down and kind of find ways to get better. But I think all in all, the contributions, you mentioned Maxi Kleber. I look at a guy like Marcus Smart, who's a plus 18.
Yeah.
Those little things that don't show up in the box score, big on that final defensive possession, no matter what the call was. And so, yeah, a total team win for the squad.
You know, we got to set up this last sequence because the Lakers actually only had a 1-point lead, and Markkanen had a shot from about 15 feet. He missed it. We thought that ball went out of bounds. It did not. Luka get fouled. Luka goes to the free throw line, hits one. So they have a chance to either win or tie, and it's Maxi Kleber on Keontae George, and that's great defense and ball game.
Yeah, that's great defense, but it also goes you to the I hadn't used this word in a long time, veteranism.
Use it, Rob.
The young fella doesn't have any veterans know that the way the NBA is calling this now, if you don't fade with that shot, you go straight up, you get the foul and go to the line to be able to win this thing. But let's give it now back on the good side. It was just Kleber being able to, switch and then understand that the contest was a great contest and to play very well. So that was a really strong defensive play down the stretch for the Lakers.
So Luka Doncic, we'll start with him, guys, on a night where he was just 3 for 12 from 3, and a night where he said, I got to make that extra free throw there. And he also talked about just being a little tired, the legs there in Utah. But he gets it done still. Allie, 33 points, 10 of 24, got the 11 rebounds and 8 assists.
Yeah, I do like still the 10 of 12. Obviously, He wants those couple of free throws, but I just think, again, it serves as an opportunity to show you the attack mode that he stayed in, especially when the 3-ball wasn't falling. But I think the way Luka, he's such a game manager, and from start to finish of this one, I think he provided the right amount of what the team needed in that certain moment. I think we've looked at it at the start of the game, outside of his skill set, just the extra energy, the extra pep in his step that he was able to provide, constantly, consistently finding guys offensively and then carrying his own when he needed to defensively. I just think Luka has been so steady and consistent this season in all facets of the game when he's on the floor, and tonight was continued step in the right direction for him in this squad.
Yeah, Luka was amazing. Let's get home and get the legs under you and make some free throws, Luka. I just think what he did tonight was incredible, carrying the team for those first couple of quarters and putting us in a position to win, because being a former player and going into Utah, no matter what team they put on the floor, they have a great fan base, and it's hard to win in that building, especially on one of these games that could be a slip game for you, because you think about you have 4 days off, and then you go into Utah for one game. Your mind is somewhere else probably. But they came in and like, okay, we got to win this thing. You think about it though. You got Thanksgiving coming up. Mm-hmm. You're going to Utah for one game. You're going to be home for Thanksgiving. You got family coming in.
Got 4 games in a row coming home.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that be on your head other than this game right here. But kudos to them. They played big, and LeBron played great. Everybody in the starting 5, except Aiden, was in double figures. So it was a total team effort.
Key part of that game for me, guys, that third quarter, the Lakers had that drought where they just couldn't score, couldn't scratch for over 3-4 minutes, and it was an 11-0 run by the Jazz, and Jazz ended up going up 7. But the Lakers close on a 13-3 run, end that quarter, and kind of take over that game again. Time to hear from head coach JJ Redick, brought to you by your Toyota dealers.
JJ, up until that kind of final flurry from Utah, you had really held things down defensively in the fourth quarter. What was the key to that, did you think?
Just an increased physicality. DA, I don't actually know Lauren might be able to help us here, but I don't know what's going on with him. So he had gotten, I think, hit on his leg in the first half and was kind of limping through it, and then couldn't go in the second half. And so Maxi coming in that second half really changed the game for us with his physicality. Made some plays at the rim. Had the big bucket late, but he was great. Gabe was great as well. And those two guys playing that extended run, that's really where our defense was solidified. They scored 17 points in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, and then up until the last flurry, I think they had 22 points for the rest of that half. It was right stuck at sort of 94 there. So I thought it was our defense won us the game. And I told the guys this after the game. We're literally one of the worst shooting teams in the NBA right now. I don't think that's who we are. We've got to make shots and we've got to shoot them with confidence. And to me, if we're guarding with that level of physicality and passing the ball to each other, look, we had 23 assists. We could have easily had 30-some if we made shots tonight. We got to shoot the ball better, but it's got to be a belief in each other and a belief in ourselves to knock down shots.
Luka had mentioned in the walk-off that with all the off days, it was just a little bit of kind of a break rhythm, and you guys were trying to find it. But I guess things normalize now. It's going to be back to the routine schedule. Did you feel that just watching different guys out there?
Yeah. I mean, I've lived through it as a player, so I think there's some merit to that. I think there's some merit to playing in altitude. I think there's some merit to, it's only our second game back with the full group, and then we'll see what happens with DA. But it's always can be a little weird coming off an extended break.
Have you seen hesitancy when it comes to shooting? And your guys, you said shoot them with confidence. Do you feel like you guys are shooting with confidence right now?
We're shooting. No, look, we're taking a lot of shots that aren't necessarily we're turning down shots. We started off the year last year really poor from 3-point, and then from I think it was December 23rd against the Pistons, we did launch drill and shoot around that morning, and then from then on we were a really good shooting team. So that took 2 months of the season. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, but we got to shoot the ball better for us to be as good as we want to be.
You guys haven't shot it particularly well. The defensive metrics are so on the course of the season, but we're here and you guys are 12-4. How do you think? I guess how have you guys managed to win 12 of 16 when you've been not the best version of yourselves?
We've done enough outside of 2 games to be in a position to win. I think our togetherness is important. Playing for each other. The bench spirit tonight was great. I do think there's